morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? I'll wait for some people to join in so we can start with our normal drive information to work. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Hope that you guys are doing good. How's everybody doing? Good morning. I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News and America's Voice News. Thank you for joining me on this morning initiation of the week. It's Monday, so let's thank God for everything that He has given us. You know, two hands, two legs, a mind that we can think, and a heart that we can feel, and eyes that we can see. God bless you all. God bless my country of Mexico, my city of Tijuana, and God bless the United States of America. How's everybody doing? Good morning to everyone. Hope that your weekend was okay and that you had a phenomenal weekend. Let's start with the information, people. According to a university in London, in another university in Australia, they have done studies of what is going to happen after the pandemic and how is the world going to suffer after the pandemic. So according to this University of London, which I will post the article, and according to this University of Australia, that I will post that article and information also in my page. According to them, this is what they said. They said that the number of people, on top of the poverty that is already in the world, on top of that, the number of people that it's going to have in poverty in the world after the pandemic. How many do you think it's going to be? How many? It's amazing, the number. And it's amazing that it's part of this socialist, globalist agenda. The people that control the world and the poor people. A level of class only of people. There's no other. This level of class of people and the people that control the world. And for you to jump to that 1% of people that control the world, it is just basically impossible. It's going to be basically impossible. So imagine the number that this University of London and University of Australia has let out on how many people of their pandemic are going to be in poverty. And the number is going to surprise you. 1,000 million. 1,000 million of people that they're going to suffer after the pandemic ends. And when is the pandemic going to end? This is the other question. That the number is just it's incredible. The number is just when you hear 1,000 million, you're like, what the hell is going to happen with that? But the question of everybody that is asking, when is the pandemic going to end? When? And people, if I knew, if you know, some of us knew, we will tell you, hey, you know what, around this time it's gone. We're going to go back to normal. But I will be lying to you. I will be lying to you. Why? Because I will tell you something. We have Macron in France, and we have, again, I'm going to repeat this information, and we have Angela Merkel, because this information that I'm repeating it's really important for you guys to understand what is happening and what is going to come. This Macron from France and this Angela Merkel, that they're creating an institution, they're making an institution for stopping future pandemics. So what does this tell you? That the pandemics are not going to end. And that this strategy to destroy humanity with viruses, it is going to be continuing. It's going to be happening. They're creating institutions by the World Health Organization that is another one that is controlled by the United Nations, George Soros. Imagine how much plan they got with pandemics. How many did they have already? They're already speculating that China, they were speculating in a newspaper in China that you know, there's a peak. There was a peak of infected people again. That is crazy. I thought that it was already controlled. That's why they have a speculated peak again, and a speculated infection again of the virus close to August and November. It's amazing. It's crazy. It's crazy. The most crazy thing about this is that the number, 1,000 million people, is the study by this university from London and this university from Australia, that they're saying 1,000 million people are going to be the ones that they're going to end up in poverty, on top of the already population that is already in poverty. Whew, my God. It's amazing how many people are going to get affected by this pandemic. And we are letting the control, and we are letting, my battery moved, letting the control of this new strategy, put the face mask or whatever it's called, put gloves, put, you know, hand sanitizer, you're not allowed social distancing, and there's no restaurants open, and la 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 la. And all of this is going to continue. All of this. In Mexico, they open restaurants. In Tijuana, they open restaurants this weekend, and they open bars this weekend, but with the conditions of social distancing. Ridiculous, really ridiculous. How you going to the bar with social distancing? What that? You're going over there to socialize? I don't understand. Really, I don't understand. It is crazy how they want us to infect again. If this virus still exists, or if these medical exams or certificates are given in reality that these people are really infected by COVID. Because all of a sudden, everybody that dies over here in Tijuana, or everybody has passed away in Mexico, they're dying of COVID. All of a sudden. He had diabetes, then he passed away. He went to the doctor, he was suffering from breathing. It was COVID. Dead. COVID. It's amazing. It's amazing. This is a new strategy, and I've been telling you guys this past week and the past week and the past week. And before that, I used to tell you, I read you guys, and I remember doing a video of the 10 steps to socialism, and which phase of that Mexico is in already. You guys are going through one phase right now. Although Trump, it's not allowing it, and it's never going to allow it if he's still in office. And God bless him that he's still in office. But all the leftists, the liberals, all the Democrats, that they still want socialism, you guys have one stage going. got more than one. You got riots, chaos. You got the affecting the economy, division. Those are steps of socialism. It's the strategy to put socialism in. Is the manual. How to, destroy capitalism and put socialism in. That's one of the strategies. Create chaos. That's one of the strategies. And the most irresponsible thing about all of this is that the president is asking, when is the mayor of Seattle or the governor of Seattle, Washington, I don't know what the hell, when is he going to act? It is so irresponsible, shameful. What they're doing now is not called CHAZ, it's called CHOP. The hell? It's not called CHAZ, man. We changed it to CHOP, and we're gonna keep changing it every week because we want to, and we own those 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks. That's crazy. And the politicians from the right over here in Mexico, in South America also, as an analysis of this weekend, they are all saying that this is the Democrats' fault. All of them. All of them. How you doing, laughing emoji? All of them. They're saying that all of this is not a Democrat party anymore. It's not a Democrat party anymore. It's a liberal Democrat party. And President Trump is trying to get to understand, it's really hard to understand what is going on in the United States, because in Mexico, there's a difference. I'm not going to compare governments because you got a first-class world country in second. But over here, there's a problem in the city, and the president can immediately interfere. Over in the States, no. It has to go through certain particulars. As shameful as what's going on with city in New York, that they're blocking almost $1 billion for the police department now. As shameful as what is going on in city council and Minneapolis and Seattle, that they don't want the police department to be more of the authority. That is shameful. Who's going to control? Since it's us, police report, citizen report. What the hell? You don't even know how to wipe your ass. All these activists. You used to live in your mama's basement. And now you want to control a city and the security of citizens? You used to live on your mama's basement, for God's sake. What the hell's going on with these people? Who gave them the authority? They wanted to do exactly the same thing over here in Tijuana when they came and they want to take a shelter. Federal officers were like, hell no, you're not coming in here to our country and trying to take over our property. Get the F out of here. Get the hell out. We're going to block the whole block. You're not coming out for food. Nobody's coming in for food. You're not going out to take to go to the bathroom. There's no bathroom, so you're going to have to do it inside. And let's see who starves to death. Really. To be that drastic to all these activists, that they're causing damage, not only to the city of Seattle, but not only to the country of the United States of America, but to the world. An example of how anarchism is done and how the destruction of a city is done. This is total BS. I was listening, my manager was telling me about a kid that he was on the 16, 17, or I don't know how many, he was a minor, and he was recording a CHAZ or CHOP, whatever it's called, CHAZ, CHOP, whatever it's called. And he was saying, people don't understand that capitalism is, look at the mentality. This is how all the people from CHAZ, CHOP, whatever it's called, think. People don't understand that capitalism stresses the population And that is why a lot of crimes are committed. If capitalism did not exist, there wouldn't be no bank. If capitalism would not exist, there wouldn't be no bank robberies. There wouldn't be no drug addictions. There wouldn't be no, robbing, stealing. Okay, I was like, listen to this kid, man. I'm like, wow. You're telling me that because of capitalism, a lot of people are suicidal, a lot of people are killing themselves, there's wars and all that. Look what you're doing right now. What are you doing right now? You're looting, you're stealing, you're robbing, you're shoplifting, you're graffiti, you're taking over a city. What is that? What the hell is going on with these kids, man? What the hell is wrong with these kids? Everything that they're saying that capitalism is doing, they're projecting themselves. It is unfreaking believable. And the politicians from the right over here in Mexico and over across South America, and man, I believe across the world, they're asking the government of the United States, when are you going to act? This is the United States of America. It's not your typical third world class country. No, this is the United States. A country that has gone so many wars, defended the flag so many times with a purpose. A country that is a leader of the world, that has the greatest economy, that has a great president. And they're asking, when is Seattle going to act? Not Trump. Trump has said so in a tweet. You know what? If you don't do anything, I will do it. When is the Seattle governor, mayor of Seattle, whatever, who is in charge, man? I don't even know who in the hell is in charge of that city. But when are they going to act? I know that there's police brutality. I know it. I live in a country where it's police brutality. I live in a country where there is, abuse of power. I live in it. Really, I live in it. I live in it every day, every day, every day. And I was watching a video of LL Cool J the other day. He did a rap solo a cappella of Black Lives Matter. And, he's justifying the looting, and he's justifying the looting, he's justifying the riots, he's justifying the stealing, he's justifying everything. This comes with my question. When is the governor or Seattle people going to act, really? So LL Cool J was doing this, and I was listening to every lyric. And when you hear him talk, when you're listening to him, if you listen to his video, this is how all these athletes, I'm going to call them like it is, all these Black American athletes, because they're not African American, they're not from Africa, they were born over here, they were born in the land of the free and the home of the brave, and they've been getting paid millions by a capitalist country. Thank you. I just want to tell you, throw that out there. Thank you. Because if you want to be in a socialist country and play in a national basketball team, I suggest you go to Cuba and see how your life change is going to be a completely life-changing. So I was listening to the rapper, LL Cool J. And I was just hearing his lyrics. And I was like, man, this guy has so much anger inside of him. So much anger. He has so much anger against all the racism that he has gone through in life, probably. He has so much anger against a particular race. He has so much anger to a particular system. He has so much anger against that. And I was listening to him. I was like, wow, man, this guy has so much anger. You can see it in his eyes. You can see it in his facial, movements. and his lyrics and every word that he spits out, you can see his anger of LL Cool J. These are the kind of leaders, I'm gonna tell you, these are the kind of leaders right now that LL Cool J is an icon of music. Don't get me wrong. But these are the kind of leaders right now that they're justifying to the activists that it's okay to loot, it's okay to riot, it's okay to steal. But they're gonna say Oscar, if it is okay for us to, if it's not okay for us to loot and steal and riot, why is it okay for the police officers to kill innocent, lives? You're okay. I'm all right with that. I already told you, I'm gonna ride with you for justice, for police brutality and abuse of power. Man, I'm all with you for that. Rioting, looting, and taking over a part of the city and calling it CHAZ and CHOP, I'm not with you with that. That is not against this. It's not representing anything, and you're not fixing the problem at all. You're creating a chaos, and you're creating a bigger problem that is division. You're not creating solid unity, and it is a family, and CHOP is different, bro. You should go to shop, bro. Over there, bro, it's like music all day, and we're farming and cultivating, and it's like we're gonna grow a family, and there's all rules, and there's all laws. You don't even imagine, bro. It's like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. It's like, oh, I cannot even tell you, man. It's just phenomenal. Oh my God. I believe that's how they're thinking. Right? I believe that's their, like, oh, hoo, hoo. Like, but back to LL Cool J. So I was listening to him, and the whole rap thing, the whole spit that he did, that a lot of them are calling that whack, because I saw a lot of comments. I didn't comment because this is not my, I'm not a guy that does an analysis on rap. I can't say what the hell with rap, but I can tell you when a revolutionary is trying to start something. I can tell you that. Oh man, I can tell you that. And I will tell you something about this that LL Cool J started. This is how all Democrats, liberals think. Now, it starts with this. It's been 400 years. You remember that movie? Tom Cruise. What was the movie? That movie is one of my favorite movies with Tom Cruise and Renee Zellweger or whatever it is, and Cuba Gooding Jr. That when Tom Cruise returns from a football game from the Cuba Gooding Jr. and he goes back to his wife, and he goes into the house and he says, "Oh my God, you had me at hello." Remember that famous line? "You had me at hello." Shut up, you had me at hello. LL Cool J had me at hello, really. He started with the 400-year statement. Jerry Maguire, 400-year statement. The 400-year statement. LeBron James, LL Cool J, all these basketball icons. LL Cool J is a rapper, but LeBron James, all these leftists, radical leftist sport figures. Let me tell you this. You have never suffered of slavery. And if you're talking about your people, my God, you have been blessed with a career, with a talent, where you have made millions and millions of dollars out of capitalism. You are making millions and millions of dollars out of capitalism, out of your talent in the United States of America, the land of the free, the home of the brave. All that you have is because of your beautiful talent, that it was given to you by God, but also it was put out there. All the beautiful things that you got, all those beautiful mansions and all those beautiful cars that you have and all those material things that you were always like, man, I want that shiny watch. I have seen you in movies and all these stuff, all the LeBron James, all these Lamborghinis and all those stuff. All of that is capitalism. And guess who has given it to you? The United States of America. Every single one. So you start with a 400-year bar when you were not in slavery. You were you were blessed with a talent, and you know they are paying for you with that, you know, that blessing. I believe that none of your family has suffered from that. But you start with the 400-year. And this is amazing how, you know, they're using that now. They're using that to oppress people. To make them feel oppressed. And you're talking about that they are always oppressed. So you plant that mentality into young kids that they're rioting, they're looting. And this guy that is an icon in rap music, he goes out and he spits bars provoking more riots, more music, more riots, more looting. And you drop the first word since 400 years. You're like, that goes to the young black Americans. That they have a beautiful future on a beautiful country like the United States of America, to go out and protest calmly and legally. Whoever doesn't like it, you know, you need to get out. Calmly. But all the time is oppression. All the time is oppression. All the time. You're not going to tell me about oppression. You're not going to tell me that. I'm brown. We're not going to fall into that play. Feeling oppressed and thinking about 400 years and thinking about feeling harassed and that I cannot survive and I cannot go on and survive and be a man of myself. It is amazing. That does not solve anything. That does not solve anything. It has not solved anything in the past how many years? How many successful black Americans have survived and have been successful in the country of the United States without thinking that they are going to be oppressed? Why? Why? Is the solution every time talking about the 400 years? Is the solution of me talking about when Spaniards conquered our country and we feel oppressed about the cartel? No, we get up and work. Is the solution going and rioting and looting? Or being a leader for the community and going in the community and saying, this is not the way to resolve things, to defund the police? Who's going to be the authority? Who's going to control the security of the country? Because of one man, now the whole security of the country needs to disappear? I'm just talking to you with real facts. Really. And all these, leaders They are the ones that they're pushing young kids to do this. It is shameful. It is embarrassing, really, because these leaders from, you know, Black Americans have been, my God, so successful in the United States of America, and not only in the United States, around the world. I have so much respect for Black Americans. I got friends of mine that they're Black American, and we see eye to eye with each other. You know, before I start talking about this, about, you know, race issues and all this kind of things, I talk to, you know, my friends that they're Black Americans, and, you know, I tell them, like, hey, put me on word, yo. Like, am I wrong or am I right? No, you're not wrong. We live oppressed. That's the problem. That they put this mindset in, you know, in our lives, that we always feel oppressed. Always feel oppressed. And now you got a city like Seattle that has been taken over by thugs and activists. And now from CHAZ, they change it to CHOP. And they're talking about that capitalism does not work because capitalism provokes violence and provokes riots and provokes all of that. When they're doing it, it's like the irony, like what the hell's going on? And then you got Starbucks, that has always been liberal, Starbucks, but Starbucks going on blast and saying, we're going to support Black Lives Matter. I have said this before. All lives matter, people. You obviously do not have a clue what you're talking about. Can you say capitalists, oppressors, slaves? Oh my God, man. Oh my God. And you're watching me from your capitalist laptop or your capitalist phone? Oh no. Ah, right there, John Cena. In your face. Oh no. Oh. Oh, these kids, man. These kids have never been in a country where there's real poverty, where there's socialism, where there's real violence, where there's cartel activity like no other. And right now, everybody's asking, and the politicians of the right over here, and the politicians of the right everywhere, they're asking, when is the government of the United States is going to go in? Is going to go in to stop all this madness that is occurring in CHOP or CHAZ. CHOP and CHAZ. You know, I have read this before, and I think I have it right here. And I want to read it again before I go. So I don't know if I have it. Yes, I have it right here. And I want to say good morning to everybody. They hate that we are divided like they want to. Yes, I want to say good morning to everybody. God bless you. But I will say something. These are not my words to all the 500 almost of you. These are not my words. But these are somebody else's words that they have transformed and transpired, you know, decades. And also, it's a man that it was, you know, he's in history. So I will read these words from a Black American. Let me say, as I always said, and I always will continue to say, that riots are socially destructive and self-defeating. I'm still convinced that non-violence is the most potent weapon available to oppressed people in their struggle for freedom and justice. I feel that violence will only create more social problems that they will solve. That in the real sense of it, it is impracticable for the Negro to even think of a mountain of a violent revolution in the United States. So, I will continue to condemn riots and continue to say to my brothers and sisters that this is not the way, and continue to affirm that there is another way. Martin Luther King, the greatest civil activist in history, that did not start it saying to all NBA, we're not going to play until, everything gets fixed. He did not say in a rap bars 400 years and let's continue to riot and continue to loot. These were leaders, not to help in a specific race, but to help the community and to unite every single individual, not because of the color of their skin, because of the purpose to find justice. That was his point. That was his point. And it is amazing that we are distracting ourselves from the real purpose of this whole destruction, is to find justice of police brutality and abuse of power. To find justice. And Black Lives Matter is only causing division between races. I never seen Black Lives Matter when a black man murdered another black man in a riot and looting protests. I never seen Black Lives Matter when a Hispanic man was, murdered by police, or a white man was murdered by police. This is only about me, us. We've been oppressed for 100 years. We've been oppressed. We've been oppressed. We've been harassed. Us. Whether you're riding with me or whether you're my enemy. That is the aggressive mentality. It's amazing, people, the leaders that these young generations have now. Black Americans, they're beautiful human beings. They're beautiful people. White Americans, they're beautiful human beings. They're beautiful people. Hispanic Americans, I'm not an American, but Hispanic Americans, they're beautiful people, man. Asian Americans, they're beautiful people. All of them lives matter, man. All of them lives matter. All of them lives matter. And remember, all of this that is happening is not only about, race and all about that stuff. It's also about the control of the population. I have you occupied on riots. I have you occupied I have you occupied on a pandemic. I have you occupied wearing a mask. I have you occupied, thinking that you need to social distance and you can't get out. Because if you get out, you're going to get sick. You can't socialize. I have your mind occupied. I have all humanity occupied on some particular topics and subjects that they're going on around the world. Meanwhile, we're controlling it. Native Americans' lives matter also. I'm sorry. Yeah, also. It's amazing. It's amazing, really. Everything is about unity. Everything is about unity. It's not about division. It's about unity. And this Black Lives Matter Antifa thing, a lot of us in Mexico, we're not going to go follow your game if that jumps over here. Hell no. And a lot of Hispanics are waking up that was not the purpose. And you guys are out of the purpose now. You're out of the purpose. The purpose was to find justice for police brutality and abuse of power. To defund the police and to dismantle the police is not the way. It's not the solution. It's going to be the authority. You, activists that they were in the mama's basement, those people, they're not even prepared to have a dialogue. The people that were looting, rioting, committing crimes, and now their cases of rape in Seattle, those are the people that they're going to be in charge. Like Ilhan Omar says, it is time to give the power again to the people, and la 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 la. I'm like, okay, who's going to take care of you? The ones that they were looting, the ones that were creating riots, the ones that were destroying communities, those are the ones, Antifa, that they are going to be, you know, controlling and protecting the citizens of the United States. This is why I'm asking. This is why I'm asking to the politicians of the right, and a lot of politicians, as I was listening the whole weekend, I was listening to a lot of politicians, and I'm an independent. For everybody that is watching, I'm not, I'm not a Democrat or a Republican or, you know, whatever. Let me read one comment right here. I like to read these comments. You talk like a racist. Hispanic has no painful history like blacks. Holy, our police should be protected. Love our police force. I talk. Look at these comments. I suggest you grab a history book and you go back to when Spaniards came to Mexico and they conquered our country. They murdered our whole Aztec descendants, and they took away our country. You, my brother, were born in the land of the free and the home of the brave. You suffered, but your country survived. And I just said like 3-4 times, I love black Americans. I have friends, black Americans. If I don't agree with your mentality and your agenda, you don't get it. You don't like it. And I like to read some comments right here that they're from, you know, they're people, black American. Dude, I thought you had a great point, but no. Listen, what those rich dudes get is that they say there's needs to be a change. I know. I'm with you right there. Woody Wood. And it needs to stop. Stop racism. Stop discrimination. Absolutely. Stop police brutality. Yes, I got you. We're riding on the same boat. How about this? Use real change now. We're doing it. You're talking. Oh my God. You're talking. Hey guys, you're rich. Don't you want to keep it the same as before? I'm not rich, and I don't have a lot of money. I'm working right now. I'm about to get to work. No, it has been going on for hundreds of years. It needs to stop today. No more waiting and letting things go back to the way it was. Going to socialism, buddy, Woody Wood, it's not going to resolve it. I'm going to tell you that. And if you want a great example of socialism, look at Venezuela, how their people are eating out of trash cans. So socialism is not the answer. I know there needs to be answers, and you know, you got the best economy that ever had in the history of the United States. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers, buddy. And you say right here, you go on, I just did use a voice to change the situation. No prolong it. Else, you're saying nothing. You're a distraction to the problem. And FYI, all colors can be ignorant. The race thing is not about just black people. It is about black, and all of us want to change. Your writing is really, peace. Stop letting people first stray from a real change. Peaceful change. Isn't the same. Okay. I understand you. And I'm with you with everything. I'm a reporter. brother, and I have my freedom of speech, like you guys say. It's my body, it's my right, it's my body, it's my right, you know, no border, no walls, no USA, all that kind of stuff. You know, it's my freedom of speech. I live over here in Mexico, and if you would like to listen to me, you know, God bless you, bro. And whenever you want to come over here and listen to what is really happening with socialism around the world and communism around the world, come over here to this page to relate to you what is going on, what you guys are doing right now in riots and causing chaos. It is exactly what was going on in Venezuela, what is going on in Nicaragua, what is going on in Argentina, what is going on in Europe and Italy. Everything is a planification of this new world order. Everything. This is not only, you guys are getting out of the subject. It's not a fight for justice anymore. It's to take over a city. What is that going to resolve in terms to justice, to of abuse of power and abuse of brutality of the police? What is that going to resolve? Ask me. I'm asking you this question. I'm asking you this question. What is that going to resolve? You're talking about the real message. What is the real message, brother? The real message is to go and loot and riot, to support Black Lives Matter when it's only about Black Lives Matter. It's all lives matter. It's not Black Lives Matter. It's all lives matter. And I know the purpose of Black Lives Matter. A lot of people are getting that name out of context. Yes, I know. I understand. But it's making it more as a me problem. It is not a me problem. It's a community problem. It is a problem that is injustice not only for you and for Black Americans, it's for everybody in the United States. And that it has to find a way to fight the system correctly, peacefully, and to stop this control of the Democrat liberals, that they're controlling you, brother. They're not controlling me. They're controlling you. Do you think Nancy Pelosi cares about Black Americans? Do you think Joe Biden cares about Black Americans when he's been more than 50 years in office? And he has done nothing to you but put you on this oppression mindset. What they have done to you in a purpose, in a way, in a positive manner, in your message that you're saying, what they have done to you. Is it not about the United States of America being a great country? Unity, family, economy, surviving, getting better? Have you lived in the third world class country? Do you know what it is to suffer without food? Have you seen your people died on the streets with poverty? Have you seen how people get dismantled or chopping bodies in the street? Taking your kid to school and seeing murders outside. You are blessed, my friend. You are blessed to live in the United States of America. And this is ruining the greatest country that exists, that is the United States of America. This is not uniting. This is anger. This is anger, anger and anger and division. This is not uniting anything. On the eyes of the world, you guys are dividing the country. You guys are not uniting the country. You guys are dividing the country. A lot of people in Mexico know that Black Lives Matter is dividing the country. You guys have not suffered as a third world class country. You don't even know what it is to suffer in a third world class country. To feel oppressed and to feel controlled by the government. Over here, we are controlled by this narco culture government activity. You are free. You are free. You are so free that you can go and loot and riot, and the authorities don't backfire on you. Tear gas, a little tear gas got you a little mad. A little, electrical shocker got you a little mad. Do you know what they will do to you if you will riot and loot over here in this side of the fence? Do you know what it will happen to you? You are blessed. You were born in a great, beautiful country. Defend it. Defend your liberty and your freedom. And keep on the right path and the right message. That is justice for every race, not only black Americans. Not only black Americans. This is not a third world class country. That is the reason why you are blessed. You are blessed. You just said it. My God, you are so blessed. You are a first class world country with a great economy and great leaders of the world. You got great sports leaders and they're black American. You are so blessed. And you want to convert it into this? You want to convert it into socialism? Do you know actually what you're doing? Do you know actually what you're doing? You don't know. You haven't suffered. And you haven't seen. Stop being so pampered. And realize what you got on your hands. You know that millions of people are trying to move into the United States from Cuba, from Venezuela, from Nicaragua, escaping socialism, escaping from socialism, and from real police brutality, real oppression, real harassment, real cartel activity, real violence, real aggression. You are so blessed. You got CHAZ and CHOP going on for more than a week now, feeling free and taking over 6 or 8 or 9 blocks. Do you know how that will be handled in another country like Venezuela? Like Mexico? Do you know about the killings of students in Mexico in the 68? You know what they did? Students were protesting and the president killed them all. The majority of them. It is amazing the blessings that these Americans have. These United States citizens have. All these United States citizens, they are so blessed. You guys are so blessed. I wish that I was blessed like you. Really, I wish that I was blessed like you. And that instead of feeling oppressed, we unite as race, brown, white, black, and we march together for the real purpose, that is justice for these bad cops that they are in law enforcement. They are bad cops. I'm not going to say a lie. There are good cops and there are bad cops. And those bad cops, we need to find justice for those bad cops to leave law enforcement and put good cops in there and put good authority in there to take care of society. This is a stand of unity. It's not a stand of destruction. This should be a stand for unity, not a stand for destruction. This is a stand for you to fight justice, not to destroy. My God. Really? Are we comparing ourselves to you? I'm not comparing myself to you, but my God, are you that, that blind that you don't understand how blessed you are? You don't understand how blessed you are? Are you in America? No, I'm not right now. I'm over here in Mexico, but I can go. God bless you all, people. We talked about this morning about how CHAZ and CHOP, how long is it going to take for the government of the United States to take care of this situation and to put everything in order? I don't know how much it's going to take. to put this in order. 1, 2, we talked about how the numbers of how many are going to end in poverty after the pandemic. The numbers of how many people are going to end in poverty after the pandemic, and their numbers are amazing. 1,000 million. That is going to be the number that the people that are going to end in poverty after the pandemic. And also, we talked about right now how the politicians from the right, and every politician, you know, almost around the world, they're asking, like, what the hell? When is the government of the United States is going to handle this situation with CHAZ? And all of these leaders, Black American leaders that I admire since I was young, and I'm so disappointed right now. One of the rappers that I used to admire, LL Cool J, I am so disappointed of the rap bars that he let out the other day. I was like, why are you so angry, man? You've been so blessed. But the United States is not about me, it's about my people. So if it has been about your people and it's been about you, all your people have been blessed. I have seen a lot of these people been, you know, given the Academy Awards and all these things. My God, you have been so blessed. I don't understand the oppression. At this particular point, I don't understand it. It's about justice for abuse of power and police brutality. It's not about converting it to socialist country. That is a really ignorant statement. My God. God bless everybody. Thank you so much. You know, let's continue to fight for the right justice to end police brutality and abuse of power. Yes. But not defunding the police, dismantling the police, and taking over 6, 7 blocks and creating a country now. You're now leaving the United States and you're entering CHOP. Wow. Woohoo. Oh my God. No, man. Oh, I should be afraid. Ooh, que miedo. Ooh, CHOP. Oh my God, I'm so afraid. Oh, freedom of everything. We can do whatever. We can sleep at whatever time. There is no, like, cut the electricity out, man. Cut the electricity out of where they're living. Why are they getting this privilege? I'm getting electricity. What the hell? They don't want to be in the United States. Cut the damn electricity and the water. You depend on the United States still, dumbass. They're giving you electricity and water. You still depending on them, but you just left the United States. We're fighting for it. That's where we're fighting. Ay, cabrón, hijos de la chinga. These young kids, they don't know how blessed they are. They don't know how blessed they are. God bless you all. Follow my partner, Conservative Anthony, at his page, Ask Conservative Anthony. And also you can follow him at YouTube as Conservative Anthony. You can follow my page, this page, as Oscar Blue, and share it. And, you know, give it a like to my page and follow it. Also, you can follow my YouTube channel as Oscar Blue. I'm an independent reporter and broadcaster from, you know, from Mexico. And I also report in the United States of America. I was born in Tijuana, and I'm a proud Mexican. Yes, I am. So God bless you. God bless every single one of you. And, you know, let's find peace in all of this. In all of this. Let's find peace in all of this that is going on. Because riots and looting, they're not going anywhere, really. That is not the solution. God bless you all. Stay safe. And like we say, peace and love, everybody, because always your country's first.